Good evening. These are your top stories tonight. Retired Admiral James Stavridis, a former NATO Supreme Allied Commander, expressed concerns about the potential for escalation between the United States and Iran in an interview on MSNBC. While thinking direct conflict between the two countries is unlikely, Stavridis warned about a ladder of escalation, where attacks and counterattacks could spiral out of control. He cited examples like Iran hitting the US retaliating, and then Iran responding with a larger attack which could pull in other groups like Hezbollah and missiles directed at Israel. However, Stavridis also believed that neither the Biden administration heading into an election year, nor the Iranian leadership facing economic problems, actually want a wider conflict. His comments come as there have been at least 13 attacks on U.S. forces in Iraq and Syria in recent weeks that are believed to have Iranian links. A defense official noted Iran's long history of funding, equipping, and directing proxies in the region. The conflict between Israel and Hamas continues to intensify, with Israel launching a rare targeted raid into northern Gaza using tanks overnight before withdrawing. Satellite images show extensive damage to civilian infrastructure like apartment buildings across parts of northern Gaza. Despite calls for de-escalation, Israel has rejected calls for even a temporary pause in its offensive. The United Nations has voted for a humanitarian truce in Gaza as bombing of the region commences. All we can do is hope for peace in this conflict. The top executives of major automakers Ford, GM, and Mercedes-Benz all expressed concerns this week about waning demand for electric vehicles. Ford withdrew its full-year forecast and warned of pressure on EVs as customers find them too expensive. GM also pulled back on delivering its 2023 outlook and will slow some EV launches to cut costs. It also ended its Ultium platform EV partnership with Honda after 1 year and has just delayed the opening of their Ultium battery cell plant. This comes after the dramatic news of GM making an electric vehicle deal with Japanese automaker Honda under the subsidiary Cruise LLC to develop autonomous robot taxis in Japan, and having to suspend cruise operations after a California ban on the company operating in the state. Rival automakers are challenging EV leader Tesla, which cut prices multiple times, but Tesla's Musk-voiced inflation concerns dampening new car demand. These are your top stories tonight. We hope you have a great weekend. This is Volt News Network. Good night.